Okay, let's talk about the problem, and problem we're talking about number 57 now. Now again, if I were doing this question over here, and certainly I realize that setting up the integral is important, writing work down is important, certainly work is over there, and an answer is written over there. So what I'll do is just go back to Sage, and what I would do, if I had to use a calculator to do this problem, um, I would I would say reset. I would define a variable t. T is a variable. I would define two functions, x as a function of t, and what's that going to be? I'm just kind of reading it. It's e to the power t minus t, relatively simple. What's the other one going to do is y is a function of t, and what's that function going to be? It's going to be 4 times e to the power t divided by 2. Okay, then when I set the integral up, and it's not that really bad to do. Again, we already went through that already. I kind of write it down. I'll tell you what I'm going to write down over here. Integrate. And what am I integrating over here? 2 star pi times, so this is times what? Well, if you think about it, it's going to be that rotation, and we need the y value, right? So it's going to be y as a function of t. Relatively simple to do, times a square root. And what's square root going to be? Well, here comes the tough part. It's going to be, ooh, this got the square root, this guy too. The derivative, diff of x of t. It's a lot of typing. With respect to t, we're going to square that. And then plus, we're going to square something else, by the way, diff of y of t. And let's see, we're going to, let's see, respect to t, that's a derivative, and we're going to square that now. We're going to close out the square root, and then I'm going to say we're integrating with respect to t, and we're going to go from 0 up to 1. All right, what I'm going to do now, hit return and hope for the best. What do I get? I get something pretty damn crazy looking, but I get something over here. My question is, why does it look so different? And certainly they might have done something. Like, for example, I do notice they factored a 2 out when I did. Maybe I should have factored a 2 out, but I want to do an approximate for this over here. All right, I want to approximate. And what do you get there? 90.945. All right, let me go back to the original question now. Find the exact value of the surface area. We did that. I want to point out, probably I should factor a 2 out from that. And what would I get? I would certainly get 16. I get 3 in the bottom. You get, it did some other factorization with factoring the root e out. It might look different, but it's equivalent, all right? So someone can say, could you show it's equivalent? Yeah, if you're on an exam, by the way, having the approximates agreeing is probably a good place to start. And then you might want to work with this little bit of algebra to show the same thing. But again, in looking at their answer, my answer, probably factoring a 2 out would be the first thing, and maybe factoring a root e out from these two terms over here might also be appropriate. And I kind of see that in the problem now. Thank you.